see. Yeah.
That's good.
Happy Wednesday. I can't believe it's September
Yeah,
and I'm already halfway through the week. That's always
yeah.
crazy.
Who is, I gotta, oh, Earth, okay. Guest destination from Earth. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. 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 Good. There was a little thing up in the upper right corner, so I was checking that out. You know, it has a circle and an E,
Huh.
and it says Earth Spirit Live, public,
Okay.
and I think that's.
It's streaming. Are you frozen? You might be frozen.
Am I frozen? Because you look frozen.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
you're released now.
Here we go.
I
We
know.
were frozen. That does
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. So let's see. So how, I was thinking about paranormal and what does that mean? And so
Yeah.
I've been saying, you know what? If it doesn't fall under normal,
Uh-huh.
it falls outside of normal, then it's under the umbrella of
True.
paranormal. You
Yeah, does
know,
para mean aiding to or helping with or in addition to? I think that's
um,
what para might mean.
I did a. I'd have to look it up. I found that and I printed it out for myself because I needed to know and be sure what exactly does paranormal
Yeah.
mean. Let me see if I can find it here in my notes. Um, but yeah, it came off sounding to me like, it's like a big umbrella
Huh.
because, oh, I got it. No. Um, okay, I'm not going to do that. All right. Because it's, hold on. Okay. Because like spaceships,
Yeah.
um, ghosts, hauntings, pseudoscience. Pseudoscience. Everything that is pseudoscience, I
Mhm.
believe, falls under the
Paranormal.
umbrella of paranormal.
So even within ourself, like if you have the ability, like what do they call where you can move objects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telekinesis. Isn't
Yeah,
that?
telekinesis,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I believe it's possible.
Oh yeah. It's absolutely doable. Our minds are that powerful.
Yeah.
Um, oh, geez. Now that reminds me. I'm getting reminded. Um, and
I'm itchy today. I think I have allergies, so I
oh
gotta keep my
no.
hands away from my face.
Oh, I'm so sorry you feel itchy.
And lots of pollen, I think.
Yeah, in the New Testament in Luke, it mentions, well, it says, Christ says that if you have the faith of a mustard seed, I'm gonna
Huh.
have to paraphrase it because I can't find it right offhand. I'm not gonna grab a Bible. If you have the faith of a mustard seed,
Mhm.
he was telling the apostles this. You see this sycamine tree, like a sycamore tree or something, I think.
Huh.
He says, with the, he says, if you tell that sycamore tree or sycamine tree to plant itself in the sea, it should obey.
Huh.
Just says it should, though. That's that word, SHOULD. Should.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Phantoma.
Hi,
Nice to
Fatima.
talk again, sweetie. Glad you're here.
Yeah. She's
And
like,
yeah, so we've got incredible minds, but yeah, see, Nicole and I were talking about it. She did a pop-up live last night, and I just happened to catch it. It was wonderful. But we were talking about, oh, thank you, Fatima. Blessings to you too. And oh, the third eye,
yeah.
because it is encrusted over with it's calcified. Most of our third eyes are calcified.
Hmm.
And um, have you heard about the what do they call it? The CAP on the DNA strand within each of us. Did I get that written down? Yeah. They call it, there's a special name. It's one of the special chromosomes,
Hmm.
and they capped it. The ones up there, the sky people, the ones that, were messing with us, they capped it. And because they didn't want us to have the powers that they have. We did in the beginning,
Yeah,
and they capped it, you know.
it's kind of
So
sad.
I was asking Nicole, I says, well, can't we uncap it? He says, yeah, that's how you
Mhm.
do it. So
Is
you,
that through the?
you
Do you think that's through the third eye, perhaps? Is that like our? Because
well,
our
yeah,
main.
that's what it is. It's the pineal gland. That
Yeah.
is the third eye, and it gets calcified because we've got water that's got all kinds of chemicals in it,
Hmm.
and then the food is chemically coated and all kinds of stuff, So, and that really hurts us. So if we have a diet, at least I did this for a little while, and then I got thrown off because kids came in and were in my space, and I got all thrown off. But anyway, I was cleaning I have a special pitcher that takes out everything from the water. And then you eat a diet of living plant. You know,
Yeah. Like a raw.
not the animals, but the plants. And I was I had read more than once that when we eat the animals that we buy in the grocery store. Now, if you're eating animals, consuming animals,
Hmm.
because you live on a farm like I did when I was a kid, we had to, and we had a little bit of livestock. Pork was one of them, and the uncle did the cattle, and there was an exchange. But see, these animals were humanely processed. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
They were humanely put down and processed. They were cared for their whole lives, loved, and all that. So they didn't have or experience any trauma when they left this 3D plane. But the
Hmm.
ones in the grocery stores and
Yeah.
markets,
There's no
that's a
doubt.
totally different thing.
Mhm.
And that's the stuff that messes up our system, the pineal gland and all that.
It's
So
understandable. It's energy that we eat, and we eat their emotions, we eat their
yeah,
hormones. So
yeah, their trauma
it
is
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 trauma.
is transferred to us from what I understand. So, which pretty fascinating.
See,
So,
I'm ready for lab meat to. I know it sounds weird, but I just wrote this AI thing, and
uh-huh.
lab meat really came up a lot for that because it is amino acid. What is meat? It's amino acids and
Mhm,
proteins, right? And since we can now ethically do that in a lab,
mhm,
that's what we should do because it is a higher. It'll raise our
yeah,
energy and our
mhm,
vibration. And look at how we're just so stuck in these lower energies of war and conflict all the time. And there's definitely an influence on that.
oh
What we
yeah. If we could rise above that in our thoughts, it would
Mhm.
all stop. And
Yeah,
I was talking to him also about the climate. I asked her, I said, because I feel that it is your thoughts that bring on horrific weather events.
I believe that. I have a story for that too.
All right, cool. I like the Beyond Meat brand, the plant-based, phony
Hmm.
meat tasting. So I like their sausages in the morning, but mainly I'm a breakfast person. So, and you get older and you just, you're not wanting to cook and all that stuff. At least I don't. I've gotten really bad. I used to do some baking and stuff, and I can't even get myself to do that. But usually I'll make myself eggs and home fries and like plant-based sausage on the side type thing. It'll take me 3 to 6 hours to eat it, but that's cool. You know? So yeah.
Well, I remember McDonald's had their patties. Someone found out that their patties were part soy meat and real meat, and people got
Oh,
really mad. And I was like, but I liked it that way. I thought that was better because it was less animal meat, and I actually liked. And I like those Morningstar veggie burgers. I think those are really good.
yeah. See, I haven't found a brand that, other than Impossible Meats, that I like yet. I've tried Morningstar, and yeah, it's Impossible. Isn't that what it is? That one brand?
Yeah, and then they have the Burger
Yeah,
King.
and they use that in at the fast food joints. You know,
Mm-hmm.
'cause my nephew or my grandson, he likes them. You know, but I tried it and I don't. But a lot of it's got to do with what you put on it, the spices you use on it, and all that good stuff. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're addicted to meat, and I live in Kansas City, so I've seen a
Mhm.
lot of people with
Well, evidently,
the
it's
meat industry.
dependent on your blood type.
Mhm.
Like,
That's
oh,
true.
I think it's O positive, which I am. I
Mhm.
think it's the O types that, we need to bump up our protein. So meat is so.
Yeah,
But you got other options too. But
yeah,
um,
it's better
but
than,
yeah, our blood type evidently has got a little bit to do with that.
and that's probably a starseed thing because I think that's me too. And I have tried to go vegetarian, and after a while, I start to have heart pains, and so I have to have a
Oh,
little bit of meat, just a little
yeah.
bit. I think there's something to that, so I try to be
You know what
ethical
blood
about it.
type
Don't
you
eat a
are?
lot. The what?
Do you know what blood type you are?
I'm probably O positive because I remember my mother said that I was a weird blood. It
Well,
makes
if you're
sense now.
weird, O's not weird though. The RH ones are
Mhm.
more unusual, I think. I'm not positive, but I
Okay.
just kind of got that impression that the RH factors were the rare ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what I,
yeah.
but we're definitely different. I think that just certain people need to have a little meat, and I think that I've gone through this in asked my guides and angels what's the most ethical thing to do, and of course they would rather have us eat no animals, but they understand that we still do a little bit, and
Yeah.
I mean, and I feed my dog meat, not an excessive amount, but he needs he's a
Yeah,
carnivore.
but they're animals, and you know, they didn't have a grocery store before.
Right.
And when I grew up, we had dogs. We didn't buy dog food. I
Hmm.
don't ever remember any dog food, but we had lots of animals. So, and they got leftovers from the meal, and there was 9 of us, so you
Lots
know,
of
there-
leftovers.
well, there wasn't a lot of leftovers, but there was leftovers for them, and the bone off the meat or whatever. So, yeah, it worked all right. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think there's a fine line where you can do it ethically until we can find the best way. But I don't think we're ever going to be completely off eating animals, and that is kind of part of the cycle of life. That's just part of
yeah,
how it is. It is healthier to eat less meat, though, for sure.
yeah.
And speaking of that, you talked about foods that have been modified. I'm very much against GMOs. I was around, I remember driving through the cornfields in Kansas, and all of a sudden they had these signs that said, this field is now going to be, these seeds are going to be from the scientific blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what? And that's the Koch brothers all
Yeah,
over Kansas. And they
yeah.
pretty much sold us out to Canada, which, happy for Canada and
Mhm.
China. But here in Kansas, in the Midwest, a lot of it is GMOs now. And
Yeah.
uh,
It's kind of crazy because there's stuff about the wind blowing seeds, and you can't
mm,
control that stuff.
yeah.
But shifting gears into paranormal more,
Okay.
um, Allie sent me a book.
Oh, nice. Ghost
Yeah,
Chaser
the
Chronicles.
Ghost Chaser Chronicles, and
Okay.
this is based in Europe, you
Hmm.
know, and an older book. And I found a really cool pictures. I don't know if you've ever seen one like this. This is it's not quite an apparition showing up, but can you see there on the
Oh,
stairs?
that's that one lady, right? It's almost like a
Yeah,
spear.
you,
Is it the lady of Wind of something Hall?
yeah, this one right here. That,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And
interesting.
what is this? Yeah, the staircase, a famous staircase from Father Fotheringhay Castle.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So,
I believe in that one. I think she came around on purpose so people would. I mean, it's good for us to have little doses of evidence of the other side. Um,
uh-huh.
yeah, and
Yeah.
she wanted to be seen.
Mm-hmm. And then switching into let's see. Well, I guess what I had experienced that falls under the category of um well, it'd have to be pseudoscience or paranormal. When I was in a vehicle and it passed right through another vehicle,
Oh my god.
this lady, Sherry Wild, wrote a book, The Forgotten Promise,
Hmm.
Rejoining Our Cosmic Family. She had the same experience.
Hmm.
I was flabbergasted because you just don't hear too many people saying they experienced something like that, you know?
Yeah,
And so that's, you know, under the guise of paranormal.
definitely.
And have you ever heard of Philip Schneider?
I think I have. Yeah, I
The
haven't read
Dul-
that
the
book.
Dulce base?
I've heard his name, but I haven't read that. So.
Yeah. Well, this is not a picture book. See, it's very little,
Hmm.
but
Oh yeah.
it it says a little cap here. It says one of the bravest whistleblowers of the 20th century, with overwhelming evidence to confirm that the Oklahoma City and World Trade Center bombings and 9/11 were false flag attacks.
Hmm.
This was authored by or written by Arthur Berkeley. Philip Schneider, the last time he was in front of a microphone was in Boise, Idaho,
Hmm.
and they've got there's videos on YouTube about him, and you can hear his lectures. Hypnicity, hello.
Hello,
I have to
hello.
start doing this. Yeah, it is a fascinating topic. Yeah, I agree. So,
I've
and
always
we've got fat. What's that?
I've always loved the paranormal and stories of ghosts, and I mean they used to frighten the heck out. I'm not scared anymore. I'm
Uh-huh.
really not. But at the time when I was a kid, it scared the heck out of me. I'd be awake at night.
Oh yeah, well that's the
Oh,
stuff you want to oogle about, the ghosts. Have you seen any?
yeah.
Yeah. The what was it? It was the summer after my dad passed. Was it that summer? Or maybe it was the following summer. Um, I was up late and I was listening to the radio and cleaning. You know how you can't sleep sometimes and you just get clean.
Hmm.
And I had the radio on. This one it had dials on it, right?
Yeah.
Roll across, and the channel it rolled across the channels.
Mm.
So I felt that my dad was there. So that was really
Oh,
cool. And
you ever had that experience where you say, "Is anything here?" and then something knocks on the wall, and you're like,
oh,
"Did that to
responding to you? No, I haven't had that. No, I haven't had a response thing.
me?"
Not like that. No,
I
but
had one time when the kids were at school, and so the house was quiet, and I never would lay on the couch and just lay there. I'd be writing or cleaning or just doing whatever, and I laid down on the couch for a moment, and something banged on the door behind me, the front door, and I
mhm.
screamed and got up to and nobody was out there, and
Yeah.
I just thought, what is this spirit following me around that, oh, she laid down, her guard is down, that type of thing.
Oh,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've wrapped me around some heavy cloak of protection here, just because of what I've been going in through.
Yeah.
But Hypnicity says something interesting. Think of all the records that were destroyed in Oklahoma and the World Trade Center. I was in charge of digitalizing medical records for 14 years. I always wondered. Yeah. Yeah, me too. There's a lot of cover up, I think, involved in that. A lot of cover up.
I feel like I felt like 45. Frump knew about it at the time when it happened, he and Giuliani, but for entertainment purposes only. I just feel like he had, not that he administered it, but I think he knew it was going to happen and kind of turned a blind eye. I don't know.
He had a heads up on it. Well, the thing is I watched it. I mean, I watched it.
Yeah,
several times. I went back years later and watched it. And it doesn't make any sense. In my mind, it doesn't make no sense. I mean, it like disintegrated into dust.
I know. Well, think about it. Didn't they have the basement was bombed a few years earlier and in the car park underneath? So I felt like that had an effect on it, that pre-event. Yeah. And that was when Clinton was president.
Yeah. But I saw pops, poofs, little poofs going down much lower than where that airplane came in, and the collapsing. It was like there was detonation going on inside the building to bring it straight down, which it did.
Well, if you think about 45, he was happy that now his building was the Trump,
the tallest one, the skyline. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he's just a terrible guy. I hate to accuse him of that, but I've always gotten.
He said that right after, or the same day, didn't he?
It really makes you wonder.
How can you even express something like that on the same day? But then the narcissistic me.
Yeah, it's not unknown for him to do something like that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
it is absolutely. So, any other paranormal stuff you want to talk about?
Let's see. Well, we're getting okay. Well, this is good. Okay, so we're getting into this area. I think we're going to have an early fall. We still have to get through some heat here. We've had some cool air, and the leaves are changing already.
Yeah.
Cool nights, and I'm starting to see more what I would call when the veil is thin around October. I'm starting to see that already because I'll see images on the wall of the curtain of spiritual people. And usually I see a lot of orbs, but this time of year when the veil thins, I start to actually see apparitions through light. It's hard to explain, but I feel that. So I wonder if other people are going to see that too right now. Like the veil is thinning already.
You reminded me of a topic I wanted to talk about. Oh, wait a minute. Hypnicity, what are you saying here?
Interesting.
I have remote viewed all these things. I don't talk about it much. And I want to know how much 45 knows about Dick Cheney. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
One day we'll.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up orbs.
Okay.
Blue orbs in particular. Do you ever catch Earth Files? Linda Moulton Howe?
No, I need to.
Yeah.
Earth Files.
In this last live that she did, she was talking about orbs. Okay. And there's a concern about whether these things are safe or not, what their intention is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hypnicity. My automatic writing says there will be many plot twists between now and November.
Well, including what's happening. And did you hear about the school event in Georgia today with the shooting? So I feel like that's probably some sort of distraction. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what I think.
I haven't had a chance to talk. Me, Mom, is very well, very, very ill, and I've been told to prepare for the worst. Keep it together. Can we talk soon?
Well, I'll try. Yes. I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've been there.
And Roger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We will. But yeah, the blue orbs. There was a concern. Here it is. Uh, let's see. Yeah, they were talking about Luis Elizondo wrote a book, just came out, and said blue orbs are all the dangerous ones.
Hmm.
Studied by Will Livingston, a medical consultant. Studied a case of blue orbs that passed through a woman's body, causing her to become ill.
Hmm.
At Skinwalker Ranch, 2 days, owned by a rancher, the dog chased a blue orb into a field, only to vanish in a yipe, leaving behind nothing. Looked like the dogs had been vaporized, and there was little pieces of DNA, I guess. Hi, Carl. How you doing? I'm glad
Carl.
you made it here.
Hi,
Good.
Carl, Amy, Hypnicity, everybody. Thanks for being here.
There you go.
So the blue orbs, you're not late. You're
No,
good.
you're not
There's
late.
no time.
We're lollygagging through this. Yeah.
No, but I've seen a lot of orbs in the last couple of years, and I've noticed that it's easier to see them on certain days. And
What color dominates?
like just kind of like a white, maybe a pinkish.
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
green, blue. I've seen sparks. Sparks are interesting. I've
Yeah.
seen one with wings, but I think a pinkish, kind of a light pinkish
Mhm.
color. And I've even seen like a really bright pink.
Yeah.
But the dominant color would be just a pale sort of white, I think.
About a year and a half ago, I was on a Zoom call with someone I had her own channel. We'd met through my first class of studying this stuff, tarot cards. And anyway, we're on there. And she says to me, she goes, "You've got 2 blue orbs over your shoulder." And they were about like this. And I looked over, I didn't see them. But when I looked back and I looked where she was telling me, I could see them on the monitor, like we're conversing now. But I couldn't see them with my own eyes. All right, Sharon. Thank you, sweetie. Glad you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't see them with my own eyes.
And that's common. Like I don't really see orbs. I see sparks. I see flashes of light with I've had that for years. I've seen purple flashes. And but orbs, you really do have to have a camera, and I figured this out. This is why.
Okay.
Because go ahead, what were you gonna say?
No, I said, okay, come on, bring it on.
Okay. Because cameras have a higher frequency, being electronic media, and than us. So our frequency and our eye speed and everything that we have is lower. It's a lower frequency. Cameras are much higher, and so it picks them up. So I will use my camera. I'll sit there and look, and I'll be like, "Hey, are you here?" And I'll see an orb fly
Even
by.
though you don't have an infrared setting on?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
a flash. If you
But
use
you
a
can
flash,
still use it.
Yeah, I still see him. Like there's one specific person, John Lennon, who I'll say, "Are you here?" And they'll just fly by real quick. This big orb will fly by, and no light. I don't have any, but when I do have a flash on, I can pick up orbs coming through the wall. Like there's a portal in my wall.
Now, do you do this in the dark when the room is dark?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done it in the dark.
And it works during the daylight too. If you just take a picture, you can sometimes see them. See,
Yeah.
I've never had that happen for me.
And outside, you can go outside and sit, and if there's no bugs around, because you got to count those out. So in the wintertime, I've sat there and I've seen there's a big orb come up through the backyard and come up to my camera, and yeah.
I've heard if you use infrared, it's a lot easier to pick them up. I mean, it'll absolutely pick up anything if you're using infrared.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Carl says, I didn't know that cameras were high frequency. It makes sense. Yeah.
I think they are, because of it must be. I mean, that's what I think. That's just my intuitive guess, is that's why they're able to see it and we're not. I mean, we're not. So it's a different speed, shutter speed and all of that.
Yeah.
EVPs, things that you don't hear with your own ear. I'll have it where spirit will make my camera click and it zap. You ever had that? You hear a voice and EVP. So cameras definitely have a different capability of picking things up than
Mm-hmm.
just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just so I guess what you're doing is you're just telling spirit, okay, I'm ready to take some pictures, and so
Mhm.
appear, so I can catch it on camera, and they oblige you.
Not always. Sometimes the more you keep them
Okay.
up, and they're kind of stubborn. They're like, "Oh, she really wants to see us today," whatever. And then other
Uh-huh.
times, just randomly, a whole bunch. I'll see a whole bunch go by with my camera. So you
Yeah.
never know. You never know.
Carl asks, is it because it's electricity? That's why spirits can easily ride the energy? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Well,
that.
we're all energy, though, right? I
Mhm.
mean, everything is energy.
But think about it, we have such raw. We're stuck in this flesh suit, and we have such raw lower. We're grounded. We're really really
Yeah.
stuck down.
Yeah.
And so to get through to us in that way, it's difficult, and that's where we have to fine tune our chakras and have our crown chakra attuned and our third eye
Mm-hmm.
and listening and trusting what we hear. Because that's all we got. We don't have
Yeah.
those other things. Yeah, I think animals have a much higher ability to see spirit.
Oh yeah, my dog JD. We were on the porch one day, and there's like a corner because it's brick out there, and I'm standing on the porch with him, and he's over, and his head is just going like this, bobbing, looking in the corner. There ain't nothing there. It's behind the rhododendron, and there ain't nothing there, and he's just going like this. So he's watching gnomes or fairies or something, just
Yeah, these
really
people are.
going down. It was really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. Yeah.
There's a
Carl's got another.
dog.
Yeah, but when it's raining or
Mhm.
can ghosts can easily be seen or felt, right? When it's well, yeah, they say there's something with water. People say a lot of times they go in the bathroom because of the water.
Yeah.
They come to them or they can hear them or something. So that would, I understand why Carl's asking the question about rain.
I think it has a conductivity. I
A
know,
con-
so when it rains and it's kind of that October type of day and there's rain and the air's kind of moist, I
uh-huh.
see faces in the carpet. It's weird, but I do. And when it's more
Oh,
moist out, the carpet seems to manifest easier. And I'm like, oh, there's a face on my carpet, and it wasn't there yesterday. So
um,
I do think the rain and the atmosphere has a lot to do with it too. That's
uh-huh.
what we have, and so water
Yeah.
would be a big conduit, I
Well, and
think.
Carl's mentioning London, and
Mhm.
that is one ghostly
Stone.
place.
I think stones, so many stones there and a lot more history. Like they have a couple hundred years on
Yeah,
us.
bugs, spooky ghosts. You're right, Carl.
Yeah,
All
that'd be
kinds of
fun.
movies about it.
Lots of drunk ghosts.
Yeah,
I would love to do a ghost hunt. I've never done one, and I would absolutely love to do it.
yeah, I would be
Especially,
game for that, but yeah, you live too far away, so
yeah.
yeah, maybe if I make it over there, but yeah. Anyway, we're 30 minutes in.
Oh, geez.
How about we open it up to questions, readings?
Sounds
So,
good. And grab my cards here.
Ethnicity is saying hi. Hi.
Hello. Okay, get these cards here.
Yeah.
Got
Oh,
these.
yeah. We're going to be here. Oh, I'm being serious. A few of you here, I should let you know that Allie, Heart and Soul Connected,
Mhm.
she is she's a professor. So, and she's still
Yeah.
working. So her load is quite heavy right now. So, she's going to bow out, and maybe in 2025, things get a little lighter, she'll come sit in
Yeah.
again. But for
Yeah.
right now, she's got a big load, and her husband, he's
Yeah.
she's got to take care of him too. So,
It's
anyway.
very understandable. She brought us together, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and she brought me and Blue Avian
It is
together.
yeah, that's true.
And then it was amazing. Then when we did this, and then you had Blue Avian
Yeah,
on with us,
that's
and that
great.
was so cool. I didn't know, And it was exactly what it was supposed to be, because this is part of that serendipity. Is that what it is? Where things just line out, you're on your path and it's just falling right in front of you. This is where you're supposed to go. And Cosmic Blue Avian, she was one. And then she had the connection with Betty of BJ's Esoteric Musings. So, because we kind of connect on this, there's a soul purpose that we have that we're just now coming together on. And it's fascinating and amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Hypnicity is asking, any messages from my dad, Fred? He passed in 2006. Okay. Message from dad. Let's see.
I just heard that song. You can be mighty. You can call me out. The Paul Simon song.
Okay.
Call me out.
Okay.
The lyrics to that song.
Spirit message oracle. Well, I've got the Spirit message oracle cards here. So I'm going to see what I can pick up here. And I've got the Ask Your Guides. So Hypnicity's dad passed in 2006.
Oh, his name was actually Alfred. That's crazy. Okay.
Oh, Alfred. All right.
Oh, wow. Interesting. I wonder if he'd ever, well, he probably liked that song. That's weird because that song really did pop up in my head.
Okay. Well, Hypnicity, I might.
Oh.
This card just kind of threw itself out. So I'm going to read it. Let me know if it resonates with you. Got any idea? You're feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the various seemingly contradictory information that is coming your way. Trust your instincts and do what they are telling you to do, and you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction you want your life to take. Does that make any sense? Did your dad tell you that? Is there some... I don't know. Now I'm going to pull one from the Ask Your Guides one. Truth. Yes, it does. Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you just jump right in if you want. I'm going to pull another one here. Amy.
Well, something about a dog. So your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. But I think what it means is that I think there's a dog in spirit. Or you have a dog and your dad likes your dog. But there may be a dog in spirit. But there's also the loyalty, very loyal. Remember me by the happy memories we created. We will be together again. You have nothing to feel guilty about. And then this came up twice. We've been together in dreams, dream talk. I'll show it to you, your dream talk. So I think you've had dreams of him, and he's trying to help heal the grief and any guilt that you have through dreams. He's happy. He's happy where he is. He says, it's beautiful where I am, and you are never alone. You are never alone. Yeah.
Absolutely true.
Air clarinet.
I know. Well, the card that I pulled from Ask Your Guides about your dad, and we've got community. Let me see what the big, let's see. Oh, 56. Okay. You see what it says here. Good eyeballs here. Okay. Follow your runner. Okay, it says the time of feeling like a fish out of water and different from others is ending. Your runner guides can can connect you to kindred spirits, like-minded others, and your true soul community. We all need people in our lives who get us, who understand our inner world and mirror, value, and affirm who we are. Those people are about to show up in your life. Feeling alone and misunderstood no longer serves your soul growth. Open your heart and ask your runner guides to connect you with your spiritual family. They will guide you to people who will love you and help you fulfill your soul plan and purpose. Your runner guides are happy to help you make these meaningful, heart-centered connections, but you must do your part as well. Be open, flexible, and spontaneous. Know that just as you seek community, others are simultaneously seeking you too. Follow your runner guides' prompts as they bring your attention to the connections you seek. Be available to new people rather than sit by the sidelines waiting for the world to come to you. Speak up when you feel a positive connection. Extend yourself in brand new ways rather than wait for an invitation for coffee, for example. Be the one to ask first. There are people out there seeking you, but it's up to you to light the spark in your eyes, smile and turn on the charm so they can find you in a crowd. Your runner guides will orchestrate meaningful soul encounters and help make the connections you seek. But it's up to you to take the initiative to activate these connections and turn them into true friendships.
Huh.
Well, that sounds like good advice from Dad, you know, and he's watching over. Does that make sense? Hypnicity? All right.
I liked her message about
You see beyond the surface of world events. Yeah,
interesting.
exactly.
Well, thinking about with the JFK when they came out and said, "Oh, well, that was just Lee Harvey Oswald." And it's like, well, yeah, I think there was a couple of shooters in there.
Yeah, no, there wasn't. That was the magic bullet. Yeah. That's what they called it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And real quick, I want to say that when her comment about him watching JFK's funeral and that she thought she made him cry.
Good.
He cried, and he thought he realized what it would be like if he was a father who died and left his child behind. And he really thought in that moment, I want to be here for her. It changed him. He became a better father after that and was more dedicated because he would think of how John Kennedy was taken away from his children so fast. So he really treasured that he was a father and had his life.
Yeah. Who was that? Stone made that movie JFK. He did a brilliant job too. Brilliant job on it. Carl, may I have a message from my guides or spirits that wants to come forward? Not the Three Stooges, please. Inside joke with Allie. Thanks. I love that.
Like
I think I've heard that before. You mentioning the Three Stooges coming through. Yeah, that was cool. Okay.
All right, your guides. Let's see. And this is for Carl.
Yeah, I agree with you, hypnicity. My ear's been on it since 1968 about what's been going on in all different forms and manners. Okay, Carl. Message from Spirit for Carl. Yes.
No, Darren. Okay.
Oh, you got your little doggy there?
Yeah, he heard. I think my daughter just left, so he's freaking out because he heard the door open and close.
Okay. Okay, Carl, I've got one here from Spirit Messages. Anyway, there's just words on it. It's got the back. Focus your mindset on what you can control instead of what you cannot. The world is your oyster. Elevate your thought pattern so that you can attract abundance into your life. You are what you believe. See, we were just talking about that.
Mhm.
the power of our thoughts, as along with like climate change, and if you notice where those are happening. So, okay, and I'll get you one more here. Yeah, hypnicity. She said, where's this one? Yeah, right here. Her earliest memory of him was watching JFK's funeral.
Mhm.
I thought I made him cry. I was 3.
Hmm.
Yeah, when the JFK assassination happened, that's when my dad took what was it? I was in 2nd grade, I think, and planted my butt on the couch next to him, and we to watch the news and listen. Where this was my time to be doing dishes and cleaning the kitchen and stuff, but it was that important. And the moon landing, all that stuff. He
Mhm.
really impressed upon he. And my dad was a man of few words, but it was like plant it and listen, and
Hmm.
then so I totally get it there.
Yeah.
Okay, and anyway, I just wanted to throw that in. How old were you? She was 3. Yeah, she was 3, Carl. Yeah, Carl has. Carl, did that first message resonate at all? I pulled another one for you. It says, trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to, all in divine timing. Get excited about the future again instead of fearing it. Is this resonating at all, Carl?
He says yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I see beyond the surface world.
He's
Yeah.
I was getting about caregiver, and he does take care of he fosters cats, kittens.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that there's a lot to that where a lot of people that are these angels on
All
earth,
right. Good.
if you will,
Great.
they don't always have a large fortune. They don't live in mansions. But
Uh-huh.
what is it they say? The reward of heaven. You have your mansions in heaven.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what they tell you. Yeah.
yeah, I do think that a lot of people who are light workers sort of have humble livings to keep
Oh,
us grounded, to keep us humble. But um, okay, I got success, higher consciousness, blessing, and releasing. So your guides definitely want you to know that there's a lot of light in that and a lot of it coming down to you. So
oh,
that
yeah.
there's that sort of releasing it to the heavens. It's coming out of her chest
Mm-hmm.
and blessing. So you need a release so it can come through you. So anything that you have, I know you mentioned your father died when you were 17.
Oh,
You're probably still going through a lot of that grief. Um, and I feel that he's with you. He watches over you. Um,
mhm.
but I feel like you've had that's shaped your life in a way where you always felt that grief throughout your entire life.
So
And
Carl's father died when he was 17?
he wrote that earlier in response to
Okay.
city. So that's pretty young to lose a parent. I
Yeah,
mean,
I was the same age when I lost my dad. So
oh,
that's what,
maybe that's why. Maybe it was to you. Maybe that's why he wrote it.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be poor no more. I know. A lot of
Yeah.
us, a lot of light workers are going through this right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Not sure why, but hang in there. I don't know how we're getting through it, but
Just remember gig work, you know,
yeah, that's true.
create
Yeah,
your own,
that's true.
do what you can, Carl. Let's see. I got one more for you, Carl. Charity, nature spirits.
Hmm.
This is from the Ask Your Guides. Okay. And let's see which one is it? 43.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Compassion, grace, detachment, understanding. This one's for you, Carl. This is a time to open your heart and find compassion and understanding for someone in pain. Do not take another's bad behavior personally, for their plight brings out the worst in them. It's easy to be compassionate and generous with others when they are kind and grateful. However, it is much more difficult when they are hostile and lash out.
Mm.
This does not mean you have to take abuse from anyone. Instead, take good care of yourself and step away from any unacceptable conduct. However, do step back for far enough to recognize that the poor behavior you are witnessing is that of one who is secretly suffering and afraid. Maintain healthy boundaries so they cannot hurt you, and keep your heart open enough to overlook their lousy behavior. Have compassion and forgiveness for others while protecting yourself.
Mhm.
The nature spirits are here with their endless love and compassion to soothe the ragged and agitated emotions in the air. Take the high road and give those falling short a pass for now rather than confront them about their unpleasantness. The bad behavior on display is temporary and will correct itself if you give it time and space. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the big message here is take nothing personally. Patience and compassion are needed all the way around at this time.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
It made me think of something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while. And
What's
um,
this?
well, you've probably heard of it, the NPC phenomenon. It's
The what?
it's called NPCs. Have you heard of NPCs? In video games, there's side players that kind of bug you and get in your way, and they're non-person characters or something like that. And in life,
Oh,
people believe that in here in our world, we have NPCs that come along. Let's say you're having a good day, and you literally say, "Gosh, this is a great day," and then
hmm.
someone cuts you off, or you get a speeding ticket because you,
Oh,
yeah, or you
okay.
go to the grocery store and somebody gets right in front of you and grabs the item that you went specific. It's that type of thing, and they call them NPCs because there's these people, they don't know they're doing it, but like nefarious energies use people around you to make you lower your energy and make you feel like, oh, why did this happen to me? And now I'm depressed. And um, I kind of believe, I don't believe the people are bad. It's just they're going off a weird, they're being led around. Um,
Mm.
you
Well,
know,
there's energy out there that'll attach itself to you.
yeah, that's
And
true.
so that's why it's important for us to ground ourselves and to cloak ourselves in the divine white light of protection.
Yeah.
You know, I try to ground myself every day, do the root chakra into deep into Gaia Mother Earth, and then my crown chakra, I ground that deep into the heavens amongst the Holy of Holies in service to the love and light of the one infinite creator source, the omnipotent one. And then I pull down a divine white light to cloak me in protection, you know.
That's good.
And in that, I put my ancestors, my present day family, my future, and then I do it for the earth and all the sentient beings and souls upon her, the animals, all the way, you know. And I think it helps, you know. I know it helps me when I stay on cloaking myself with the divine white light of protection. It really helps in warding off all that icky energy, and it will attach itself to you. You
Yeah, it really does. I think I'm a big attachee. I don't know why, but
know.
I'm one of those people where I can't walk through a graveyard because they're like, oh, look at that fresh meat. You think I would know better, but I do feel like I have good protectors, though. I definitely have Archangel Michael around, which is good.
Mhm. But do you go through the motions
I
of
do.
out loud saying that? Because the thing about saying it out loud
Yeah.
is that it really helps in solidifying,
Mhm.
your intent,
Yeah.
and the cosmos picks up on that, and really it goes a long way. It really helps in protecting us, and especially if we're light workers,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I need to say that loud more. I think I say more in my head. I actually do pray. I don't like Carl said he left the Catholic Church. I left when I was about 18, and
Hmm.
but I do pray, and I find that prayer really does work.
Hmm.
My own prayers to different entities, and just the like Our Father and Hail Mary. Those were what
Hmm.
I was taught. But I swear, there's some power to those prayers. I don't know
There
why,
is
but
power
also
in prayer.
yeah. But Om Mani Padme Hum. That's like a for a Buddhist. That one really, I think it clears energy. It grounds me, and I
Hmm.
think that's a really important chant to say.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I use the mala beads also, and and that helps too. I do the chant, one of the chants. So yeah. So we got any more questions we want to do, or how we
Yeah,
doing on time? Oh, we're almost an hour.
yeah.
Almost an hour.
That went by fast. My goodness.
Yeah, it did. Goes by fast when we're having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you didn't get lost in that message, Carl. It was a good one, though.
Hopefully he gets his money soon that he's been waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we just have to get out of some more of this crappy energy. I know Pluto's doing some weird thing right now, and
Yeah.
so yeah,
Well, in January, we'll officially be going into Aquarius.
that's good.
We're in the doorway of the age of Aquarius right now.
Hmm. Thank
And
you.
if you don't know what that is, that means, come on, Loretta, I have it right here. Yeah, right here. When the moon is in the seventh house, just like the song says,
Yeah.
when the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will stir the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. I love
I've,
it.
I've always wanted to sing that song
Yeah,
because the vocals are amazing in that song. But
yeah.
yeah, that's cool. That
It-
one and come on, people now, da, da, together, everybody get together. Gonna love
yeah,
one another right now. I think that's a
yeah.
beautiful. That
The
means a
fifth
lot.
dimension, I think.
Yeah,
Well, on the age of Aquarius, the fifth dimension in 1969. Gives
yeah,
me goosebumples then. It still gives me goosebumples today. You
yeah.
know,
I love that song. I
I
think it's
never imagined I'd be alive for the time that we're going to enter into the age of Aquarius. That's just
great.
so awesome.
With
It
every,
is. It is good for Aquarians like you. You bet you, Carl.
yes,
Yeah, it's going to be much more humanitarian. Yeah,
I think
very
so
true.
too.
Hypnicity. Thank goodness for sure.
And we certainly had to earn it. I don't think there's any one
Yeah,
among us who didn't earn this new energy coming in. I mean, I really feel
yeah,
like we all.
yeah. And things will change for a lot of people soon. It really will.
I believe that.
What's it?
Yep.
What's the girl say?
There's
Record year that year, right? I think so. I think so, Carl. Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. So anyway, do we want to do a closing read for the collective?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Let's see what
Let's see. That one's too long, so I'm gonna just
in the seventh house.
okay for the collective.
Jupiter aligns with Mars.
Yeah, Carl wasn't born then yet. When are we gonna invite Cosmic Blue again? Carl wants to know.
Me too, yeah. We love
Uh-huh.
her. She
I'll
did
talk.
it. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to be meeting with Cosmic Friday, her and Betty. So,
Right.
yeah, I'll
Great.
mention it to him. She's in Australia, so this is like the wee hours of the early morning for her, when we come
Yeah,
on. But
that
she
would be
does
hard.
eat it sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you, Amy? Were you going to say something and I made you lose your train of thought?
No, only that she did a picture for me, and it was really beautiful. It looked kind of like a bird that had feathers in different colors, blue and pink. And
I got one too.
You did, yeah. She's really talented with that.
Yeah. I
So
posted mine on my community page. It's
nice.
beautiful. I
Yeah, I
love
should
it.
post mine too. I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
I. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll do that.
Yeah. Well, on Canva, you can take out the background, and
Okay.
so that's what I did. And I just posted that and the message within it, I put that all around the picture. So,
Okay.
oh, it's beautiful. I just love it. Yeah. So we'll talk to Cosmic Blue. You can count on it. First and only reading she did. Let's see. He says, can't forget her first and only reading she did here with you guys. She's amazing. I
Yeah,
mean, she's just eye-poppingly amazing.
yeah, she is. She's really intelligent, really
Mhm.
intuitive.
Amanda, hi. We've got Amanda in the house.
Yeah. Hi, Amanda.
Well, pulsing around here and got it. Yeah. I do that a lot. Just turn it on and listen. So,
Yeah, because if you come in and you say, "Hey, I'm here," and then you
mhm.
get made a moderator, and then what if I have to go run off? And
I know, right?
because I often have to run off and do something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, I pulled a card here for the collective for the exiting message. Don't allow negative emotions to fester. If
Hmm.
you are feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that. Instead of fighting your feelings, go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. That's an indication for a little bit of shadow work because a lot of times it'll hurt part of us, you know, and we gotta, we got a child inside of us that is always there.
Hmm.
And when the child's feelings get hurt or they misunderstand something, we need to comfort that inner child of ours and, reassure it that our inner child is fine and loved, and we are here to protect it because we are the gatekeeper for that child. You see what I mean? So we communicate with the child, and I had my child, my baby me, pop into the car with me, crying one morning. I was listening to marathon country music for helping children, you know, and one of the songs just triggered it. And I had been just starting to do some of this kind of work, not knowing what I'm actually doing other than self help, And it's
Yeah.
in the morning, I'm driving from the work, and it's like an infant baby. We're talking, 2 months, about that age, just crying. And I go, oh. And I talked out loud to her and told her I was here to help to protect her and I loved her and she was going to be okay. And so, yeah, it was that. So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I think that's beautiful and that's interesting. I wonder how many times we have had our inner child come out like that and we didn't recognize it. And that was
Mhm.
some healing that you did there. So that's
Yeah, but I could audibly hear in the car. And I've had audible experiences a few times,
yeah,
and but that was the one that really shocked,
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
anyway, what you got? Did you pull some cards there,
Oh
Amy?
yeah, yeah.
I know. I started gabbing again.
No, that's good. Well, I got Animal Kingdom, and first I was like, really? And but then I thought, we kind of started this talking about animals,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, and we have our animal guides, and we have
Hmm.
animals that are our pets that are like guides on Earth, our companions, and then we talk about the eating meat and what that means, and so it says Animal Kingdom, animals of all types. And I'll show the picture real quick. You can see he's
Yeah.
surrounded by animals. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us. They've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. At this moment, they have uh, lessons to share with you that will open your heart and soul. So, a lot of us you may take a walk and have a hawk fly in front of you or some doves, and you may hear an owl at night. Or, like one time I was coming home and this big white cat was in front of me at this four-way stop, and I was waiting for it to cross the road, and it just kind of stood there and stared at my car. and the car behind me honked. I'm like, can't it see that there's this huge white cat in front of me? And then afterwards, I was like, I don't think they saw it. I'm
No.
starting to wonder if that was some spirit cat that showed up.
Yeah.
So, and my mother had passed, a few months earlier. So
Oh,
you really,
wow.
yeah, it makes you wonder how many times you see things like that.
Yeah.
But also new beginnings. We're in it, and we talked about the age of Aquarius. We're definitely in new beginnings right now, and it's this next few months are going to be crazy. But again, the change that's going to happen, and I just heard the change is going to come,
Yeah.
is really going to be unbelievable. Really, it's going to be. We're going to have to change who we are to fit.
Yeah. Well, we have to evolve. That's what we're here to do, is
Right.
evolve. And that's all it's about.
Definitely.
Growth,
That's what we're
inner
doing.
growth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I forgot about my. Okay, well, thank you all for being here. Hypnicity, Amanda, Fatima, Carl,
Roger, Fatima,
Roger, yeah. And did I miss anybody?
Amanda.
Carl,
I think that's it.
are you watching me scroll? Can you see me scroll up here? You can't
No.
see.
No.
You can't see the comments at all?
Oh, I can see the comments, but I don't see you scrolling or anything. But
Okay. Oh, Sharon Foster. Thank you, Sharon.
that's right.
See, she's been here too, listening. Yeah, Roger Rambo. I like that name. I really, really do. Okay. Well, we will see you in a couple weeks. I figure we'll just pop back in every 2 weeks.
Right.
Try to make it this time zone this day, and
Yeah, I can set it up. I'll set it up next time so that it'll be I'll be the MC.
Okay.
And if you want me to, you do a good job. So it's
Okay.
maybe if we need to have Cosmic back on too, that'd be fun.
Cosmic? Oh,
Cosmic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nicole, she's wonderful. Yeah. And we will. So, and I'll talk to her about it. Or you can talk to her about it because you brought her on the first time. So, hey, go for it.
Okay.
You host it next week or in the next 2 weeks, and you could bring Avian Blue on at that time.
Yeah, let's
Blue
do
Avian
that.
Cosmos.
And then we'll watch you guys here on Friday. So what time is that on Friday?
Oh, well, that's not going to be a live. This is like a brainstorming thing. So, and then I believe it'll be, because it's working, I think, every 2 weeks. So probably 2 weeks after that, we will record. And it's going to just be a pre-recording because they're not after clickbaits or subscribers or, not in the sense that a lot of people are building their channel and stuff. They're more concerned about the authentic message of the sovereignty of the soul and all the different avenues that lead to talking about that. So it's going to be fascinating, and I'm really excited about it. So, but I'll let you know. All right. Say goodbye, everybody. Love you. Love you. Thank you, Amy. Hang on for a minute. We'll see you all later. 2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Love you. Take care. Take real good care of yourself.